Hello world, it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon on the 23rd of August, Friday the 23rd, and this is an astrological forecast stroke reading for Barack Obama, 4th of August 1961 at 24 minutes past 7 in Honolulu in Hawaii. Now I don't know if this is the right chart for him and the right date of birth and the time and place of birth. I've had a number of people who tell me that it's not the right birth information for him, but he was secretly born in Kenya. Yeah, well, whatever. That is the birth information I've been given, and I must say that the horoscope for that time of birth really does fit the individual that I see in front of me on the television screens. It makes him a Leo with Aquarius rising and Gemini moon. With the number of oppositions in his chart, the Mercury opposite Jupiter opposition, that gives him humour. That gives him a sense of optimism and fun, and it does make him quite bouncy. The Moon square Chiron is common in the charts of people who go through some type of emotional abandonment when young. And the Moon square Pluto is also common in the charts of those who have suffered various levels of emotional trauma, but also those who have in them a degree of emotional resolve, determination, perseverance that's like lava, not wildfire. The opposition in his chart between Pluto and Chiron doesn't worry me. The square from the Sun to Neptune at first did worry me when I first saw it, but I thought, well, you know what? Fantasy stays between the ears, but the imagination can be created. And Obama's a dreamer, but he's someone who's capable of putting structure into that imagination. What he has got going for him, he's got a beautiful Saturn-Jupiter conjunction in the 12th house of the unconscious and the subconscious, with Saturn strongly sextile the midheaven, giving him a good public image, seen as someone who's loyal and disciplined. And with Saturn trine Mars, believe me, this guy is industrious. Very good finger control, very good at the details and the fine-tuning. Bit of a control freak, but generally a good sense of humour. Genuine desire to serve, to be of help to those less fortunate than themselves. Nice enough chart. But with regard to what's going on now, Pluto's not actually touching his chart at the moment, but Neptune certainly is. Neptune's squaring his moon at the moment, and it's on his Chiron and will continue to be so next year. So I do anticipate, especially the remainder of this year, to have a slightly dissolving, confusing and vague effect upon him. Similarly, with Saturn about finishing on his Neptune now, but coming up to square his Sun in the near future, by which I mean the end of October, I do anticipate Obama going through a period of relative challenge, difficulty, restriction and limitation, and being held back by circumstances outside of his control around the end of October. But that will be a brief thing. By the time Saturn has finished squaring his Sun by mid-November, the ongoing and upcoming trine from Uranus to his Sun should bring a great deal more of his reforms, his effectiveness, his efficiency sharply into focus and bring him the results he wants. Saturn will pass on his midheaven at the end of next year, and a year from now I'll be starting to talk about what he's going to do when he finishes in politics. Jupiter's in his 5th house of creativity and career. There's no big shakes in his chart at the moment. It is all to do with Uranus trining his Sun overall, right through to April of next year, bringing a great deal more innovation, novelty, stimulus and incentive to kind of drag America kicking and screaming into the 21st century. At the same time, with Saturn on his Neptune and squaring his Sun over the coming 9 weeks, I do expect him to have quite a difficult time in the near future. Do I see this guy seeing out his presidency? Yes, I seriously hope so. What's he going to do afterwards? Well, who knows? But it does seem that he's left an indelible stamp on America, and I feel that his best efforts, or his most significant efforts, are those that are yet to come. Watch what this guy does, seriously, as we get into November, December, January of next year, and then particularly April, May of next year. This is when I see him as being at his strongest. There you go, folks. That's the end of my American trilogy. I'll do one for some of the other countries this coming week. Cheers. Bye.